My beloved child, a decision has been made in the throne room of eternity concerning the supernatural access that is about to shift every closed door in your life. Before you clicked on this message, before you woke up this season, before you even thought to pray about the impossibilities blocking your path, a verdict was rendered in the throne room of eternity. The divine council convened. The scrolls were unrolled. Your name was spoken aloud in the courts of the Most High. And a decision was made that cannot be reversed by human opposition, cannot be delayed by demonic interference, and cannot be stopped by your past mistakes. What I am about to release over you is called divine favor. Not the kind that makes things slightly easier, not the kind that gives you a small advantage, the kind that completely rewrites the story that circumstances have been telling about your future, the kind that makes kings remember the name of a forgotten prisoner, the kind that turns a shepherd boy into a giant slayer and then into a king, the kind that makes impossibility bow to destiny. This favor cannot be earned through your effort. You could work 100 years and not manufacture what I am about to release in a single moment. This favor cannot be purchased with your resources. You could spend everything you own and not buy what I am giving you freely. This favor cannot be duplicated by human strategy. The smartest minds in the world could not engineer what I am orchestrating on your behalf. This is heaven invading earth. This is the supernatural colliding with the natural. This is the hand of God moving in ways that leave human beings with no explanation except to point to me and say, only God could have done that. I am releasing this favor over your life, and it will arrive with such force that even you will struggle to comprehend how quickly things are changing. Doors that have been locked for years will swing open in a day. Opportunities that seemed reserved for others will suddenly be offered to you. People who never noticed you before will suddenly remember your name at the exact moment they need someone with your gifts. Resources that you have been praying about for months will appear from directions you never anticipated. Promotions that should take decades will happen in weeks. This is not gradual improvement. This is sudden acceleration. This is not incremental progress. This is exponential elevation. And it is about to begin. You have been working hard. You have been faithful in the hidden place where no one sees, no one applauds, no one acknowledges the sacrifices you are making. You have been sowing seeds in secret, planting investments of obedience in soil that looked barren, believing that I see what no one else sees. And you have been absolutely correct. I have been watching. I have been recording. I have been keeping an account of every single act of faithfulness. Every moment you chose to obey when quitting seemed more reasonable than continuing. Every prayer you whispered in exhaustion when your voice was too tired to speak loudly. Every tear you shed in frustration when the evidence suggested that your faith was foolish. None of it has been wasted. Not one prayer fell on deaf ears. Not one act of obedience went unnoticed. Not one sacrifice disappeared into a void. All of it has been building an account in the realm of heaven. All of it has been accumulating value in the eternal economy. All of it has been creating a reservoir of divine equity, and the return on that investment is about to manifest in the form of favors so undeniable, so obvious, so overwhelming that people will not be able to attribute it to your talent, your connections, or your timing. They will look at what is happening in your life, and the only explanation that will make sense is that God is doing something supernatural. Let me be very clear about what divine favor actually is, because many people misunderstand this concept and end up frustrated when their expectations do not align with how I operate. Divine favor is not about getting what you want when you want it. It is not a cosmic vending machine where you insert prayers and receive immediate results. Divine favor is about receiving what I have already determined belongs to you, released in the precise moment that serves my glory and your highest good. It is about doors opening that you did not even know existed. It is about opportunities arriving that you never applied for. It is about people remembering your name when they should have forgotten it. It is about being chosen when logic suggested someone else was more qualified. It is about provision appearing when every financial calculation said it was impossible. This favor operates on a frequency that human systems cannot detect. It moves according to timelines that earthly calendars cannot measure. It follows patterns that logical minds cannot predict. My favor is sovereign, which means it arrives when I decide it arrives, flows where I decide it flows, elevates whom I decide to elevate, and accomplishes what I decide it accomplishes. You cannot earn it through religious performance. You cannot lose it through imperfection. You cannot control it through formulas. You cannot manipulate it through techniques. My favor rests on those I choose, for reasons that often confound human wisdom, defy conventional logic, and frustrate those who think advancement must follow predictable patterns. Think about how I operate throughout history. I chose a stuttering murderer with a criminal record to confront the most powerful ruler on earth. I chose a barren woman past childbearing age to become the mother of nations. I chose a teenage virgin with no social status to carry the savior of the world. I chose a shepherd boy with no military training to defeat a giant that terrified an entire army. I chose a violent persecutor of the church to become its greatest missionary and theologian. My favor does not require you to be the most qualified. It does not demand that you have the most impressive resume. It does not wait until you have perfected yourself. My favor requires one thing: that you be yielded to my purpose, available for my assignment, and willing to be used for my glory. And here is what you need to understand about your current season. You have been frustrated because you have been applying for positions that I never intended for you to have. You have been knocking on doors that I deliberately kept closed, because what is behind those doors would have delayed your destiny, derailed your calling, and distracted you from what I actually prepared for you. You have been angry at the people who rejected you, wounded by the opportunities that passed you by, confused by the closed doors that seemed to make no sense. But you did not realize that their rejection was my protection. You did not see that the closed door was my redirection. You did not understand that the delay was my preparation. I have been closing doors in your face not to punish you, but to position you. Every rejection you have experienced has been a divine course correction, steering you away from what would have limited you and toward what will fulfill you. Every opportunity that fell through has been a divine setup for something greater, removing what would have been mediocre so that I could give you what is magnificent. Every disappointment has been a divine appointment in disguise, an invitation to trust me when circumstances suggested I had abandoned you. And you are about to see why I orchestrated the delays, allowed the denials, and permitted the disappointments. The favor I am releasing over you is going to open doors so specific to your design, so perfectly aligned with your wiring, so precisely calibrated to your calling that no one else could walk through them even if they tried. These are not generic opportunities. These are doors carved with your name on them. Opportunities tailored to the exact combination of gifts, experiences, burdens, passions, and assignments that I have placed within you. You will walk into rooms, and people will feel that you belong there, even though your resume says you should not qualify. You will be invited into conversations that typically require decades of credibility, and you will have influence in those spaces because my favor removes the natural barriers that would normally keep you out. You will sit at tables where age, experience, and credentials should disqualify you, and yet people will ask for your opinion, value your input, and implement your ideas. You will be included in decisions that shape industries, communities, and movements, not because you forced your way in, but because my favor created an opening that human gatekeepers could not close. You will find yourself in positions that you never campaigned for, carrying authority you never pursued, wielding influence you never manipulated into existence. And the whole time, you will be absolutely certain of one thing: God did this. This was not my doing. This was divine favor. I am about to connect you with people who have the authority to accelerate what you have been building in obscurity. These are not random connections. These are not accidental encounters. These are divine appointments that have been scheduled in heaven long before they manifest on earth. People who carry keys to doors you need opened. People who have resources that align perfectly with the vision I gave you. People who possess influence in spaces where you need access. People who will see something in you that they cannot fully articulate but cannot ignore. A sense that you are supposed to be part of something they are building. An intuition that partnering with you is strategic even when logic cannot explain why. They will choose you. They will invest in you. They will advocate for you. They will open doors for you. They will make introductions on your behalf. They will leverage their credibility to create opportunities for you. And none of it will make sense from a human perspective, because this is not human networking. This is not about you being in the right place at the right time through coincidence. This is not about you saying the right things to impress the right people. This is divine favor. When I mark someone with my favor, opposition has to yield. Doors have to open, and the right people are magnetically drawn to what I am doing in that person's life. Now let me show you how this favor operates by taking you into the story of a man who experienced it in the most dramatic way. His name was Joseph. You may know his story, but I want you to see it through the lens of divine favor, because it will help you understand what I am about to do in your own life. Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused of a crime he did not commit, and thrown into prison where he was forgotten by people he had helped. For 13 years, everything in his life looked like failure. From a human perspective, his dreams were dead, his future was destroyed, his destiny was buried in a prison cell in a foreign land. But here's what Joseph could not see, and what you cannot see in your current circumstances. My favor was resting on him the entire time. My favor was with him in the slave market. My favor was with him in Potiphar's house. My favor was with him in the prison cell. And my favor was orchestrating every single event, every betrayal, every injustice, every closed door, every delay, positioning him for a moment that would vindicate everything he had suffered. Because one day, Pharaoh had a dream that no one could interpret. And suddenly, in a single moment, someone remembered Joseph. Not because Joseph had been campaigning for release, not because Joseph had been manipulating circumstances, but because the appointed time had come, and when the appointed time comes, my favor moves with a speed that leaves people stunned. Joseph went from a prison cell to the second most powerful position in Egypt in a single day. Not because he finally earned it, not because he networked his way into Pharaoh's palace, not because he deserved it more than others, but because my favor rested on him, and when the moment I had predetermined arrived, every barrier dissolved like mist in the morning sun. The same Pharaoh who had never heard his name suddenly could not proceed without him. The same system that had unjustly imprisoned him suddenly needed his wisdom to survive. The same circumstances that looked like the end of his story became the launching pad for his destiny. That is what my favor does. It does not gradually improve your circumstances. It suddenly shifts them. It does not slowly open doors. It blows them off the hinges. It does not incrementally elevate you. It catapults you into position. Now let me take you to another story because I want you to see a pattern in how divine favor operates. Her name was Esther. She was an orphaned Jewish girl living in exile in a pagan empire. She had no political connections. She had no royal lineage. She had no strategy to position herself for influence. She had no plan to become queen. She was not campaigning for a crown. She was not manipulating circumstances. She was simply living her life, being faithful in her obscurity, unaware that my favor was resting on her and that my purpose had marked her for such a time as the moment she was living in. When the king decided to choose a new queen, hundreds of young women were brought to the palace. They went through months of preparation, beauty treatments, training in etiquette and protocol. Every single one of them was trying to win the king's favor through their appearance, their charm, their performance. But Esther did not have to try. My favor was on her, and my favor does not need to compete. My favor does not need to strive. My favor simply rests on a person. And when it does, it creates an attraction that human effort cannot manufacture. The king chose her. Out of hundreds of candidates, he chose her. Not because she was more beautiful, not because she was more talented, but because my favor was on her. And my favor made her stand out in a way that transcended natural explanations. But the story does not end there. Later, when her people faced annihilation, Esther had to approach the king uninvited, which according to Persian law could result in her execution. She had no guarantee that the king would extend his scepter and grant her access. She was risking everything. But my favor was with her. The king extended the scepter. He granted her requests that defied his own legal system. He reversed decrees that were supposed to be irreversible. He elevated her people from victims to victors. Why? Because my favor overrides protocol, transcends logic, bends circumstances, and accomplishes purposes that seem impossible through human effort. This is the kind of favor I am releasing over your life. Not the kind that makes things slightly easier or marginally better. The kind that completely transforms your trajectory. The kind that makes people ask in bewilderment, how did that happen? And the only answer that makes sense is, God did that. The kind of favor that becomes a testimony of my power, my faithfulness, my sovereignty, and my ability to promote whomever I choose, regardless of their background, their credentials, their connections, or their circumstances. But I need you to understand something absolutely crucial about my favor. Because if you misunderstand this, you will misuse what I am about to release. My favor is not random. It is not arbitrary. It is not a cosmic lottery where some people get lucky and others do not. My favor flows toward purpose. It gravitates toward assignment. It accelerates toward destiny. I do not release favor just to make your life comfortable, to give you a bigger house, or to make your existence easier. I release favor to position you for kingdom impact. Every door I open is connected to a responsibility I am entrusting. Every promotion I grant is linked to an assignment I am releasing. Every resource I provide is meant to be stewarded for purposes that extend beyond your personal comfort. My favor is not a reward for good behavior. It is an empowerment for kingdom advancement. So when my favor begins to manifest in your life, do not hoard it. Steward it. Do not waste it on selfish ambition that builds your own kingdom while ignoring mine. Invest it in what matters eternally. Use it to bless others. Leverage it to create opportunities for people who are where you used to be. Deploy it to advance causes that will outlast your lifetime. My favor is not the finish line. It is the starting line for the assignment I have been preparing you to fulfill. You are about to see my favor in ways that have no natural explanation. Contracts you should not have won based on experience or pricing. Opportunities you were not qualified for according to conventional standards. Relationships that should not have formed given your different backgrounds or networks. Resources that appeared from unexpected sources at impossible moments. Timing that defied all probability and seemed orchestrated by an intelligence beyond human planning. And when these things begin to happen with increasing frequency, you will be tempted to analyze them, to reverse engineer them, to figure out what you did right so you can create a formula to repeat it. But I need you to resist that temptation. I need you to recognize that this is not about what you did. This is about what I am doing. This is not about your merit. This is about my mercy. This is not about your strategy. This is about my sovereignty. This is not about you finally getting good enough. This is about me being gracious enough. And the moment you start taking credit for what only I can do, is the moment pride creeps in, and my favor begins to lift. So stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay dependent on me. Acknowledge that every good gift comes from above. Point people to me, not to yourself. There is a fundamental difference between human effort and divine favor. And I need you to understand this distinction because it will change how you approach the next season. Human effort opens doors gradually over time through consistent application of skill and persistence. Divine favor opens doors suddenly in moments through sovereign intervention. Human effort requires you to prove yourself at every single level, climbing a ladder one rung at a time. Divine favor causes people to believe in you before you have proven anything, skipping rungs or removing the ladder entirely. Human effort builds credibility over the course of decades through accumulated achievements and established reputation. Divine favor grants you credibility in moments through supernatural endorsement that bypasses normal requirements. Human effort requires you to know the right people and spend years building a network of contacts. Divine favor causes the right people to find you without you searching for them, as if they were magnetically drawn to what I am doing in your life. I am not saying effort is unnecessary. I am not suggesting you become passive and stop working. I am saying that effort without my favor will exhaust you, drain you, burn you out, and still leave you short of the destination. but my favor will multiply your effort beyond what your labor alone could ever produce. My favor takes your 5 loaves and 2 fish and feeds 5,000. My favor takes your small offering and creates abundance that defies mathematics. You have been striving. You have been trying to force doors open through your own strength, pushing against barriers with all your might, exhausting yourself in the effort. You have been networking obsessively, trying to position yourself in the right rooms, making sure the right people know your name, managing your image, crafting your brand. You have been strategizing constantly, trying to create opportunities through your own intelligence, planning contingencies, calculating probabilities, attempting to engineer outcomes. And while there is nothing inherently wrong with diligence, wisdom, or preparation, I need you to understand that the breakthrough you are seeking cannot be manufactured by human hustle alone. It can only be released by divine favor. So I am inviting you to shift, to transition from striving to trusting, from forcing to flowing, from manipulating circumstances to surrendering to my timing, from trying to make it happen to allowing me to make it happen, from climbing in your own strength to being lifted by my hand. This shift does not mean you stop working. It means you stop carrying the weight of outcomes that only I can control. It means you do your part with excellence while trusting me to do my part with sovereignty. It means you plant the seeds and let me produce the harvest. It means you show up faithfully and let me show off supernaturally. My favor is about to manifest in your finances in ways that will astound you. Money is going to come from directions you did not anticipate, did not plan for, did not even know existed. Clients you never pursued will contact you asking for your services. Opportunities for income will present themselves without you chasing them or campaigning for them. Debts that have weighed on you for years are going to be canceled in ways that make no mathematical sense. You will receive calls from creditors saying that balances have been forgiven, cleared, wiped away. Refunds are going to arrive that you forgot you were owed. Checks will show up in the mail from sources you had written off as lost causes. Opportunities for increase are going to multiply in front of your eyes. Clients are going to choose you over competitors who have more experience, bigger budgets, and better marketing. They will not be able to explain why they chose you. They will just say they had a sense that you were the right fit. Investors are going to believe in your vision when the numbers on paper say they should walk away. They will make commitments that their financial advisors question. They will fund projects that their analysts call risky. Why? Because my favor creates irrational confidence in the hearts of people who are supposed to be part of your provision. Bonuses are going to exceed expectations at your workplace. Raises are going to be offered without you asking. Promotions that come with salary increases will be given to you while others with more seniority are passed over. Unexpected windfalls are going to appear. Inheritances you did not know about. Investments that suddenly mature at values far beyond projections. Business ideas that turn profitable faster than industry standards would predict. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is my favor. And it is going to break every limitation that poverty, lack, and financial struggle have tried to place on your vision, your family, and your future. My favor is about to manifest in your career in ways that defy the normal progression of professional advancement. Promotions are coming that skip the typical ladder of hierarchy. You are going to be elevated from one level to another without going through the middle stages that everyone else has to endure. Opportunities are going to be offered that you never applied for. You are going to receive calls asking if you would be interested in positions you did not even know were available. Your name is going to be mentioned in rooms you have never entered, in conversations you are not part of, by people who barely know you but feel compelled to recommend you. People in positions of authority are going to advocate for you without you asking them, without you manipulating them, without you even knowing they are doing it. They will bring your name up in meetings. They will suggest you for projects. They will recommend you for assignments. And when you ask them why, they will struggle to give you a logical answer. They will just say they thought of you. That is my favor. It puts your name in the minds of decision makers at strategic moments. Projects you lead are going to succeed beyond projected outcomes. Plans you implement will work better than the models predicted. Initiatives you launch will gain traction faster than historical data would suggest is possible. Your ideas are going to be implemented when others with more experience have had their ideas ignored. You will speak in meetings and people will listen in a way they do not listen to others. You will contribute suggestions, and they will be adopted when similar suggestions from others were dismissed. Doors are going to open at organizational levels that normally require decades of experience to access, and you are going to walk through them because my favor accelerates what human systems would delay. My favor is about to manifest in your relationships. I am bringing people into your life who will recognize your calling and help you walk in it. These are not surface-level connections. These are not transactional relationships where people use you for what you can offer and disappear when they have extracted value. These are covenant relationships, divine connections, relationships forged in heaven before they manifest on earth. Mentors who will invest in you without expecting anything in return. They will open doors for you. They will make introductions. They will share wisdom they spent decades acquiring. They will give you access to networks they spent years building. Partners who will collaborate with you because they see what I have placed in you. They will bring skills that complement yours. They will contribute resources that multiply yours. They will share burdens that would crush you alone. Friends who will stand with you when others walk away. They will defend you when you are criticized. They will believe in you when you doubt yourself. They will pray for you when you are too weak to pray. Connections who will open doors simply because they believe in what I am doing through you. They will make calls on your behalf. They will write recommendations that carry weight. They will leverage their influence to create opportunities for you. These are not random people who happen to cross your path. These are assigned people, sent by me, positioned by my providence, connected to you by my purpose, and they are coming. Some of them are already in motion, moving toward the intersection where your paths will cross. Some of them are already praying for the person they are going to mentor, not knowing yet that it is you. Some of them are already sensing that they are about to meet someone significant, not realizing yet that I am talking about you. My favor attracts the right people while repelling the wrong ones. It draws those who are meant to be in your life and creates distance from those who would drain, distract, or derail you. Something is shifting for your family. Relationships that have been fractured by misunderstanding, wounded by offense, broken by betrayal, are going to be restored. Hearts that have been hardened by years of disappointment, calcified by repeated hurt, closed by protective walls are going to soften. The ice is going to melt. The walls are going to come down. Conversations that have been avoided for years are going to happen. Apologies that were never expected are going to be offered. Forgiveness that seemed impossible is going to flow. Prodigals who have wandered far from the values you raised them with, far from the faith you modeled for them, far from the home you built for them, are going to return. They are going to come back. Not because you nagged them, not because you manipulated them, not because you gave up on your convictions to make them comfortable, but because my favor is going to arrest them in the far country, grab their attention in the pig pen, turn their hearts toward home. You are going to see them walking up the driveway. You are going to embrace them again. You are going to celebrate their return. Generational patterns that have plagued your lineage for as long as anyone can remember are going to be broken. Patterns of addiction that have destroyed person after person in your family tree. Patterns of divorce that have shattered marriage after marriage. Patterns of poverty that have limited generation after generation. Patterns of abuse that have wounded the innocent repeatedly. Patterns of failure that have crushed dreams cycle after cycle. Those patterns are going to stop. The chain is going to break. The curse is going to lift. And it is going to stop with you. Because my favor is generational. It does not just impact you. It impacts everyone connected to you. Your children are going to walk in open doors that you had to fight to crack open. Your descendants are going to inherit the fruit of your obedience, the harvest of your faithfulness, the blessing of your surrender. The restoration I have planned for your health is moving into position. Bodies that have been broken by disease, weakened by illness, limited by chronic conditions are going to be restored. Diagnoses that seemed permanent are going to be reversed. Doctors who said there was no hope are going to be shocked by test results. Medical professionals who gave you a timeline of decline are going to witness improvement that they cannot explain with science. Energy that has been depleted by pain, drained by treatments, stolen by sickness, is going to be renewed. You are going to feel strength returning. You are going to notice stamina increasing. You are going to sense vitality flowing back into your body. My favor carries healing. It flows with restoration. It moves with resurrection power. And it is going to flow through your physical body in ways that medical professionals will call miraculous, unexplainable, impossible. They will run tests again because they will not believe the results. They will check their records because the improvement will seem too dramatic to be real. They will ask what you did differently, and your answer will be simple: I prayed and God moved. This is not about denying the reality of what you have been experiencing. This is about declaring the greater reality of what I am capable of doing. My favor supersedes medical verdicts. My favor overrides natural limitations. My favor releases healing that science cannot produce. The influence I am building through your life is expanding beyond what you thought was possible. Platforms are going to grow in reach and weight, far exceeding your expectations. Opportunities to speak are going to multiply. Invitations are going to come from organizations, conferences, events, media outlets asking you to share your voice, your story, your insights. Your voice is going to carry weight in spaces where it was previously dismissed. People who once overlooked you are going to seek your counsel. Leaders who once ignored you are going to ask for your advice. Decision makers who once excluded you are going to invite you to the table. Doors that were closed to your message are going to swing open. Gatekeepers who blocked your access are going to step aside. Systems that resisted your influence are going to make room for your contribution. And you are going to steward that influence with humility, wisdom, and a fierce commitment to glorify me in every single opportunity I provide. You are not going to use that platform for self-promotion. You are going to use it for kingdom advancement. You are not going to leverage that influence for personal gain. You are going to deploy it for purposes that matter eternally. But now let me address what blocks my favor, because I do not want you to hinder what I am trying to release. I do not want you to create barriers that prevent the flow of what I am pouring out. Pride blocks my favor. When you start believing that the open doors are a result of your greatness rather than my grace, when you begin taking credit for what only I could have done, when you shift from gratitude to entitlement, my favor lifts. I resist the proud. I oppose the arrogant. I do not partner with those who think they created their own success. So when my favor begins to manifest, when doors start opening, when opportunities multiply, remember the pit I pulled you from. Remember the mess I delivered you out of. Remember the impossibility you were facing before I intervened. Remember that every good and perfect gift comes from above, and apart from me, you can do nothing of eternal value. Entitlement blocks my favor. When you shift from asking to demanding, from trusting to controlling, from surrendering to manipulating, you move out of the flow of my favor. When you start insisting that I open doors on your timeline, in your preferred way, according to your specifications, you are no longer operating in faith. You are operating in presumption. My favor flows to the surrendered, not the entitled. It rests on those who ask, seek, and knock with humility, not on those who demand, manipulate, and force. So check your heart regularly. Examine your motives honestly. Ask yourself, am I trusting God or am I trying to manage God? Am I surrendering to His timing or am I demanding that He conform to mine? Unforgiveness blocks my favor like a dam blocks a river. When you hold bitterness against those who rejected you, resentment against those who betrayed you, anger against those who overlooked you, you create a barrier that my favor cannot penetrate. My favor requires a clean heart. It flows through the channel of forgiveness. It moves freely through those who have released offense. So let go of the people who hurt you. Release the ones who wounded you. Forgive those who rejected you. Bless those who cursed you. Pray for those who used you, abused you, and discarded you. This does not mean you trust them again. This does not mean you give them access to hurt you again. It means you take your hands off their throat. remove them from the judgment seat of your heart, and leave them in my hands. When you do that, you will feel my favor begin to flow again in areas where it had been blocked. Disobedience blocks my favor. When I give you clear instructions and you ignore them because you think you know better. When I speak to you about changes you need to make and you rationalize why you do not need to obey. When I direct you toward a path and you choose a different one because it seems more comfortable. You step outside the flow of my favor. My favor follows obedience. It accelerates those who align their steps with my will. It empowers those who do what I say, even when it does not make sense. So if I have been speaking to you about something you need to do, stop delaying. If I have been convicting you about something you need to change, stop resisting. If I have been directing you towards something you need to pursue, stop ignoring me. Your obedience unlocks my favor. Your surrender releases my blessing. Your alignment activates my acceleration. Comparison blocks my favor. When you spend your energy focused on what I am doing in someone else's life, you miss what I am trying to do in yours. When you measure your progress against someone else's highlight reel, you become discouraged about your own journey. When you obsess over why I opened a door for them but not for you, why I promoted them but not you, why I blessed them but not you, you poison your own heart with jealousy and disqualify yourself from receiving what I want to give you. My favor is specific. It is customized. It is tailored to your unique calling, your distinct assignment, your particular timing. It does not look the same on everyone. So stop comparing. Run your own race. Trust my timing for your life. Celebrate what I am doing in others without allowing it to create bitterness, envy, or resentment in your own heart. I am removing every blockage right now. I am clearing every obstacle that has hindered the flow. I am dismantling every barrier that you have built and every barrier that the enemy has constructed. I am breaking up the fallow ground. I am opening the floodgates. I am releasing the flow. And as those blockages are removed, as those barriers come down, as those obstacles are cleared, you're going to experience a release of favor that will astound you, overwhelm you, and leave you breathless with gratitude. Things you have prayed about for years are going to resolve in weeks. Doors you have knocked on for decades are going to open in days. People who have ignored you for seasons are going to suddenly pursue you with opportunities. Breakthroughs that seemed impossibly distant are going to manifest with shocking speed. And this is not because you finally got it right. This is not because you finally became good enough. This is not because you finally earned it. This is because the appointed time has arrived. There is a set time for favor. You cannot rush it through striving. You cannot delay it through failure. When the moment I have predetermined in the councils of eternity arrives in the timeline of earth, nothing can stop what I have decided to release. Pharaoh could not stop my favor on Joseph even when he threw him in prison. Haman could not stop my favor on Esther even when he built gallows to execute her people. The lions could not stop my favor on Daniel even when they opened their mouths to devour him. And whatever has been opposing you, whatever has been blocking you, whatever has been standing between you and your destiny, cannot stop the favor I am releasing over your life right now. Your set time has come. Your appointed moment has arrived. Your season of manifestation is here. I am shifting you from the season of preparation into the season of manifestation. Everything you have been building in secret is about to be revealed in public. Every seed you have sown in obscurity is about to produce a harvest in the open. Every prayer you prayed in private is about to be answered in front of witnesses. Every act of obedience you performed when no one was watching is about to be rewarded when everyone is watching. My favor is going to become so evident in your life that people will not be able to deny that I am with you. They will see the open doors. They will witness the opportunities. They will observe the provision. And they will know that this is not luck, not coincidence, not random chance. This is the hand of God. When people see what I am doing in your life, some of them are going to celebrate with you. These are your true friends. These are the genuine relationships. These are the people who have been praying for your breakthrough, believing for your promotion, standing with you in the waiting, encouraging you in the darkness. When your favor manifests, they are going to rejoice as if it happened to them. They are going to thank me on your behalf. They are going to celebrate your elevation without a trace of jealousy. Honor these people. Include them in your journey. Celebrate with them. Remember them when you get to the place they prayed you into. But others are going to respond with jealousy. They are going to question whether you deserve what you are receiving. They are going to try to discredit your success by attributing it to luck, privilege, compromise, or manipulation. They are going to whisper behind your back, suggesting that you must have done something wrong to get ahead. They are going to spread rumors designed to tarnish what I am doing. Do not defend yourself to them. Do not waste your energy trying to convince them. Do not compromise your peace trying to win their approval. My favor does not require human validation. My favor does not need to be defended. Let your life be the evidence. Let the results speak. Let the fruit prove the legitimacy of what I am doing. There will also be people who try to attach themselves to you once my favor becomes visible in your life. They ignored you in the wilderness, but they want access to you in the promised land. They overlooked you when you were struggling, but they want to be close to you now that you are succeeding. They dismissed you when you had nothing to offer, but they want to benefit from you now that you have something to give. Be wise. Be discerning. Do not allow guilt to cause you to give access to people who only want proximity to my blessing without commitment to my purpose. Not everyone who wants to be around you deserves to be close to you. Protect your peace. Guard your circle. Steward the relationships that I bring and release the ones that I remove. You are about to walk into rooms where you are the youngest person present, the least experienced person at the table, the least credentialed person in the conversation. And yet you are going to carry an authority in those spaces that does not come from age, does not derive from achievement, does not flow from status. It comes from my favor. When you speak, people will lean in and listen. When you contribute, people will take notes and remember. When you lead, people will follow even though logic says they should question your qualifications. This authority is not something you manufactured through charisma. This is something I am granting through divine endorsement. You are about to be chosen for opportunities that hundreds of others were competing for. Positions that attracted candidates with far more impressive resumes, assignments that seemed reserved for people with decades more experience. And you are going to be tempted to wonder why you were selected. Let me tell you why. Because I chose you. Because my favor rests on you. Because my purpose is attached to you. It has nothing to do with you being better than the others. It has nothing to do with you being more deserving than the competition. It has everything to do with you being appointed for this specific assignment at this specific time for this specific purpose. I chose you. That is the only explanation that matters. Promotions that make no sense on paper are heading in your direction. People are going to look at your background and wonder how you got to where you are. They are going to study your resume and not find the qualifications that normally precede your position. They are going to ask how you made the leap from where you were to where you are, and your answer will be simple. God opened a door. Let them wonder. Let them question. Let them analyze. Your story does not need to make sense to them. Your resume does not need to impress them. Your credentials do not need to convince them. I promote whomever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And I have decided to promote you. What I am opening before you requires no striving, no manipulation, no compromise. You are going to walk through these doors in peace, knowing that if I opened it, no human being can shut it. And if I shut a door, no human effort can force it open. So stop trying to kick down the doors I have closed. Stop exhausting yourself trying to pry open what I have sealed. My closed doors are just as much a blessing as my open ones because they protect you from what would harm you and redirect you toward what will fulfill you. Trust that I know which doors lead to your destiny and which ones lead to disaster, which ones lead to purpose and which ones lead to distraction. My favor is going to give you access to resources you need for the vision I gave you. You have been worried about how you are going to fund what I called you to build. You have been anxious about where the money will come from. You have been stressed about how you will afford the next step. Stop worrying. Stop stressing. Stop being anxious. My favor attracts provision like a magnet attracts metal. When I assign you to something, I also supply everything you need to complete it. The money is coming. The materials are coming. The manpower is coming. The equipment is coming. The resources are coming. Everything you need is already in motion, already being released, already heading in your direction, and it is going to arrive at exactly the right time. My favor is going to protect you from attacks that are being planned against you in secret. Attacks you do not even know about, because I am stopping them before they reach you. There are people who are threatened by what I am doing in your life. They see the anointing resting on you and it intimidates them because it exposes their own lack. They sense the favor flowing toward you, and it provokes jealousy because they want what you have but are not willing to surrender the way you surrendered. They recognize the blessing manifesting in your life, and it stirs envy because they measure their success against yours instead of running their own race. And in the darkness, in the shadows where they think I cannot see, they are strategizing. They are planning ways to undermine your credibility, plotting ways to discredit your character, scheming ways to sabotage your success, gossiping in an attempt to tarnish your reputation, spreading lies designed to make others question your integrity. They are setting traps, digging pits, sharpening weapons, preparing attacks. But here is what they do not understand. My favor is not just a blessing that opens doors. It is also a shield that surrounds you, a fortress that protects you, a barrier that the enemy cannot penetrate no matter how hard he tries. Every weapon that is formed against you in the forge of jealousy, sharpened by envy, aimed by malice will fail. It will misfire, malfunction, or miss its target entirely. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment, speaking accusations in courtrooms or whisper campaigns in corridors, will be condemned and silenced. Every trap that is set for your feet, every pit that is dug for your path, every snare that is laid for your steps will catch those who set it instead. They will fall into the very traps they designed for you. Every scheme that is crafted to destroy you will backfire on those who schemed, and they will reap the harvest of the evil they tried to sow in your life. My favor does not just promote you into new positions, it protects you in those positions. It does not just elevate you to higher levels, it defends you at those levels. It does not just open doors for you, it guards those doors. It does not just give you access, it secures that access. So you do not need to live in fear of what people are plotting against you. You do not need to be paranoid about who is trying to bring you down. You do not need to waste energy defending yourself against every accusation. My favor is your defense. My favor is your protection. My favor is your security, and no one can breach it. Supernatural wisdom will be yours in situations that would normally overwhelm you. You are about to face decisions that carry significant weight, choices that will impact your future for years to come. Moments where the wrong move could be costly and the right move could be catalytic. And you are going to need clarity that transcends your natural understanding, insight that goes beyond your limited knowledge, discernment that pierces through confusion. My favor includes divine intelligence. I am going to give you wisdom that astonishes even the most experienced people in the room. You are going to make decisions that seem risky in the moment, but turn out to be brilliantly strategic in hindsight. You are going to have insights that you could not have arrived at through study alone. You are going to know things you were never taught. Trust the wisdom I give you. Do not second-guess the insights I download. Do not dismiss the knowing I place in your spirit. My favor is going to give you strength to endure what would break others. The higher I take you, the greater the pressure you will face. Leadership is not easy. Influence comes with responsibility. Visibility comes with criticism. The more I bless you, the more opposition you will encounter. The more I promote you, the more people will scrutinize you. But my favor sustains what it starts. It strengthens what it selects. It empowers you to carry what I have called you to carry without collapsing under the weight of it. You are going to walk through fire and not be burned. You are going to pass through floods and not be swept away. Because my favor surrounds you like a shield, upholds you like a foundation, and strengthens you like steel reinforcement in concrete. Credibility will follow you into places where you have no history. You are going to enter industries where no one knows your name, communities where no one has heard your story, circles where no one can verify your background. And yet they are going to trust you. They are going to believe in you. They are going to give you opportunities that they withhold from others who have been in the space longer. This is not about you being a good salesperson or a skilled marketer. This is about my favor creating trust where suspicion should exist, building confidence where doubt should dominate, establishing credibility where questions should abound. When my favor marks you, people sense it even when they cannot explain it. Generational limitations that have bound your family for decades are breaking under the weight of what I am releasing over you. Patterns of poverty that have kept your ancestors in lack. Patterns of addiction that have destroyed lives cycle after cycle. Patterns of divorce that have shattered families repeatedly. Patterns of failure that have crushed dreams generation after generation. Patterns of fear that have paralyzed potential. Patterns of shame that have silenced voices. Those generational curses are breaking. Those family limitations are shattering. Those ancestral patterns are ending. And they are stopping with you because my favor is generational. It does not just impact you. It impacts everyone connected to you and everyone who comes after you. Your children are going to benefit from the favor resting on your life. Your grandchildren are going to walk in doors that were closed to your grandparents. Your lineage is being redirected. Your family tree is being rewritten. Your legacy is being transformed. A living testimony is what your life is becoming before the watching world. People are going to look at your story and see tangible evidence of my goodness. They are going to hear your story and be encouraged to trust me. They are going to witness what I do for you and believe that I can do the same for them. Your life is becoming a living demonstration of what I can do when someone surrenders completely, trusts fully, and obeys faithfully. Your story is becoming a megaphone that amplifies my faithfulness. Your testimony is becoming a billboard that advertises my power. Steward that responsibility with humility and intentionality. I need you to prepare for this favor, not by perfecting yourself, because you will never be perfect enough to deserve it, not by earning it, because it cannot be earned, but by expanding your capacity to receive it. You have been praying small prayers because you have been thinking small thoughts. You have been asking for incremental change because you have been imagining gradual improvement. But I am about to do something so much bigger than what you have been asking for. I am about to blow the ceiling off your expectations. I am about to shatter the limitations you have been operating under. So expand your vision. Enlarge your expectations. Stretch your imagination. Get ready to receive more than you thought was possible. Prepare your mind. Renew it with my truth. Stop meditating on worst-case scenarios and start meditating on my promises. Stop rehearsing your failures and start declaring my faithfulness. Stop replaying your disappointments and start proclaiming my goodness. Your thoughts create the environment that either attracts or repels my favor. When you think like someone who is blessed, you act like someone who is blessed, and you create space for blessing to manifest. When you think like someone who is favored, you carry yourself like someone who is favored, and my favor flows more freely through that posture. Prepare your mouth. Stop speaking defeat. Stop agreeing with limitations. Stop declaring lack. Stop announcing impossibility. Your words are powerful. They either align with what I am doing, or they contradict it. They either build faith, or they reinforce doubt. They either open doors, or they close them. Start declaring that my favor is on your life. Start speaking to closed doors and commanding them to open. Start thanking me for what I'm about to do before you see any evidence of it. Your faith-filled words create an atmosphere where my favor can flow freely without resistance from your own unbelief. Prepare your schedule. You are about to get busier. Opportunities are going to multiply. Invitations are going to increase. Demands on your time are going to expand, and you are going to need wisdom to manage it all without burning out. Do not say yes to everything just because a door opens. Some open doors are distractions designed to pull you away from your primary assignment. Ask me which opportunities align with your calling. Prioritize what matters most. Protect your peace. Guard your rest. My favor is not meant to overwhelm you, exhaust you, or drive you into burnout. It is meant to fulfill you, energize you, and propel you into purpose. Prepare your character. The favor I am releasing is going to test who you really are. Success reveals character faster than failure does. Influence exposes motives more clearly than obscurity does. Promotion uncovers pride more quickly than rejection does. So do the internal work now. Deal with the insecurities before they sabotage your success. Confront the pride before it causes your downfall. Heal from the wounds before they infect your relationships. Address the character gaps before they become canyons. My favor flows most powerfully through people who have been refined by the process, who have allowed suffering to shape them, who have let the wilderness prepare them for the palace. Prepare your relationships. Some of the people currently in your life are not equipped to celebrate where I am taking you. Their jealousy will poison your joy. Their limitations will try to shrink your vision. Their fear will try to discourage your faith. Their insecurity will try to sabotage your success. I am not telling you to be cruel to them. I am not suggesting you treat them harshly. But I am telling you to be wise about who you give access to your life, who you allow close to your heart, who you permit to speak into your decisions. Protect your peace. Guard your circle. Surround yourself with people who can handle your next level without being threatened by it. The favor I am releasing is going to arrive suddenly, but it has been building slowly. Every closed door you faced built character that you will need in open doors. Every rejection you endured refined your identity until you stopped deriving worth from human approval. Every delay you survived tested your faith and proved that you would trust me even when you could not see what I was doing. Every disappointment you processed strengthened your resilience and taught you that setbacks are not the end of your story. All of it has been orchestrating this moment. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was meaningless. The favor that is about to manifest has been under construction in the invisible realm while you were waiting in the visible one. It has been assembled in heaven while you were struggling on earth. It has been prepared in secret while you were being tested in public. Angels have been dispatched. Resources have been allocated. People have been positioned. Circumstances have been arranged. Timing has been calibrated. And everything is now ready. The construction is complete. The preparation is finished. The appointed time has arrived. And this favor is about to break into visibility with a force that will leave you absolutely breathless, completely overwhelmed, and utterly grateful. You are going to look back and see how every single piece fit together. The job you lost positioned you for the business you are about to build. The relationship that ended protected you from a future that would have limited you. The opportunity that fell through redirected you toward the assignment you were actually created for. The financial struggle taught you stewardship principles you will need when abundance comes. The season of obscurity developed humility that will keep you grounded when visibility arrives. The wilderness refined character that will sustain you in the palace. You are going to see the divine orchestration behind what felt like chaos, the intentional design behind what looked like disaster, the strategic positioning behind what seemed like punishment. And when you see it, when the pieces click into place and the picture becomes clear, you are going to weep with gratitude. You are going to fall on your face in worship. You are going to declare with absolute certainty that God is faithful, that He wastes nothing, that He works all things together for good for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. Your testimony is going to encourage people who are still in their wilderness. Your story is going to give hope to people who are facing closed doors. Your breakthrough is going to be evidence that God has not forgotten anyone who is trusting Him in the waiting. When my favor manifests, do not become arrogant. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay dependent on me. The moment you start believing you created this success is the moment my favor begins to lift. The moment you start taking credit for what only I could do is the moment pride creeps in and my blessing starts to evaporate. I am the source. I am the sustainer. I am the one who opens doors that no one can shut, so give me the glory. Acknowledge my hand in everything. Point people to me, not to yourself. Make sure that when people see your success, they hear my name. When my favor manifests, do not hoard it. Share it, spread it, steward it for the benefit of others. My favor is contagious. When you use what I give you to bless others, it multiplies. When you leverage your influence to create opportunities for others, I increase your influence. When you give from the abundance I provide more abundance. My favor flows through open hands, not clenched fists. It multiplies in generous hearts, not greedy ones. It increases through those who see blessing as a river, not a reservoir. Guard the memory of the wilderness even as my favor manifests. Do not forget where I brought you from. Do not forget what I delivered you out of. Do not forget the pit you were in when I reached down and pulled you up. Do not forget the lessons I taught you in the desert, the character I built during the delay, the faith I developed through the testing. Those lessons are going to sustain you in the promised land. The humility you learned in obscurity is going to keep you grounded in visibility. The dependence you developed in the wilderness is going to keep you surrendered in the palace. The character I forged in the fire is going to keep you stable during the breakthrough. I want you to understand something profound about the timing of this favor. There are moments in life when heaven and earth align, when the spiritual realm and the natural realm intersect, when what has been prepared in eternity breaks into time. This is one of those moments for you. The favor I am releasing is not early and it is not late. It is precisely on time according to the calendar of heaven. You may feel like it is overdue. You may think it should have come years ago. But if it had come earlier, you would not have been ready for it. The character had not been formed yet. The preparation had not been completed yet. The people had not been positioned yet. The circumstances had not been arranged yet. But now, everything is ready. You are ready. The assignment is ready. The provision is ready. The connections are ready. The timing is ready. And what I'm about to release is going to shift everything in your life in a way that is so dramatic, so undeniable, so overwhelming, that it will become the dividing line between before and after. People will talk about your life in terms of what happened before this season and what happened after this season. This is your hinge moment. This is your pivot point. This is your turning point. And it is happening right now. I am releasing my favor over your life, and it is going to shift everything. The closed doors that have frustrated you for years are about to swing open so wide that you will walk through them with ease, with peace, with joy, wondering why you ever stressed about them. The delayed promises that you thought I had forgotten are about to manifest with such precision and perfection that you will realize the delay was necessary to position everything correctly. The impossible situations that have overwhelmed you, situations where you could not see any way forward, are about to resolve in ways that you never imagined, through avenues you never considered, by means you never anticipated. The lack that has limited your vision, restricted your options, and caused you anxiety is about to turn into abundance so overwhelming that you will become a source of provision for others. The rejection that wounded your heart, damaged your confidence, and made you question your worth is about to turn into selection so obvious that you will never again doubt that you are chosen, called, and appointed. The obscurity that made you feel invisible, overlooked, and forgotten is about to turn into influence that creates platforms, opens doors, and amplifies your voice in ways you never pursued but I always intended. The struggle that has exhausted you, the battle that has worn you down, the fight that has consumed your energy is about to turn into breakthrough so complete that you will stand on the other side of this season and barely recognize your own life. And when it happens, when the shift occurs, when the favor manifests, you are going to know beyond any shadow of doubt that this was not your doing. This was not your effort. This was not your strategy. This was not your manipulation. This was me. This is my favor. This is divine intervention. This is heaven invading earth on your behalf. This is the hand of God moving in power, and every person who witnesses it will know that only God could have done this. So get ready. I mean that literally. Get ready. Prepare your heart to receive what I am releasing over you like rain in a dry season. Position yourself to steward what I am entrusting like a faithful manager who knows that much has been given and much will be required. Align yourself with my purpose for the favor, understanding that this blessing is not random but intentional, not accidental but strategic, not generic but customized specifically for the assignment I have placed on your life. And then watch what I do. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to orchestrate it. Stop trying to control it. Just stand back and watch me work. Observe how I move when human effort stops competing with divine intervention. Witness how I open doors that no amount of networking could unlock. See how I make a way where there is no way, creating paths through obstacles that looked absolutely immovable, engineering solutions that the smartest minds could never conceive, orchestrating outcomes that only make sense when you acknowledge that God is involved. Watch how I connect you with people who have no logical reason to invest in you, but feel compelled to anyway. Watch how I position you in rooms where you should not qualify to enter, but somehow you are welcomed. Watch how I provide resources from sources you never expected, never contacted, never knew existed. Watch how I vindicate you before people who doubted you, rejected you, dismissed you, not because you defended yourself, but because I defended you. Watch how I elevate you in front of those who tried to bury you, not because you sought revenge, but because my favor made you rise even when they tried to keep you down. Because here is what you need to understand about the favor I am releasing. It is not just for you. Yes, it will bless you. Yes, it will transform your life. Yes, it will open doors you have been praying about and provide resources you have been asking for. But the ultimate purpose of my favor is so much bigger than your personal comfort or your individual success. The favor I am releasing is for everyone whose life you are called to impact. Every person who needs the wisdom you are going to carry. Every person who needs the resources you are going to steward. Every person who needs the influence you are going to wield. Every person who needs the testimony you are going to share. My favor on your life is for the kingdom assignments I have entrusted to you, assignments that have been waiting for this season, assignments that could not be activated until the favor was released. Assignments that are going to expand as the favor increases. My favor is for the people who need what only you can carry. The specific combination of gifts, experiences, wisdom, and anointing that I have uniquely placed in you. No one else can do what you are called to do in exactly the way you are called to do it. My favor is for the generations that will come after you. Your children who will benefit from doors you opened. Your grandchildren who will walk in blessing because of foundations you laid. Your spiritual sons and daughters who will be mentored by the wisdom you gained through both the wilderness and the breakthrough. Your lineage is being redirected. Your family tree is being rewritten. Your legacy is being established. And it is all happening through the favor I am releasing over your life right now. This favor is going to create a legacy that outlasts you. Long after you are gone, people will tell your story. They will talk about how God transformed your life. They will reference the doors He opened for you. They will point to the impossibilities He resolved in your situation. They will use your testimony as evidence that God is still in the business of doing the impossible for those who trust Him. Your life is going to become a case study in divine favor, a reference point for what happens when someone surrenders fully to God's timing and God's purposes. This favor is going to produce a testimony that inspires others who are still waiting, still believing, still trusting God in circumstances that look impossible. When they hear what God did for you, faith is going to rise in their hearts. Hope is going to be rekindled in their spirits. Courage is going to return to their souls. They are going to say, if God did that for them, He can do it for me. If God opened that door for them, He can open one for me. If God provided for them, He can provide for me. Your breakthrough is going to become someone else's encouragement. And ultimately, this favor is going to be a demonstration of my power that points people to me. When they see what I do in your life, they are not going to be impressed with you. They are going to be in awe of me. They are not going to praise your talent. They are going to worship my sovereignty. They are not going to celebrate your achievement. They are going to acknowledge my faithfulness. Your life is going to become a billboard that advertises who I am, what I can do, and how I move on behalf of those who wait for me. So receive this favor with a humble heart and open hands. Steward it with wisdom and integrity. Use it to bless others and advance my kingdom. And never forget that the source of every open door, every divine connection, every supernatural provision is me. I am the one releasing this favor. I am the one opening these doors. I am the one orchestrating these circumstances. And I am doing it not because you earned it, not because you deserved it, but because I chose you, because I love you, because I have a purpose for you that requires this level of favor to accomplish. The favor is here. It is not coming someday in the distant future. It is here right now, in this moment, resting on you like a mantle, flowing toward you like a river, surrounding you like an atmosphere. The doors are opening. Not one or two, but multiple doors simultaneously, creating options where you had none, providing pathways where you saw only walls, releasing opportunities where you experienced only obstacles. The breakthrough is manifesting. What has been held back is being released. What has been delayed is arriving. What has been blocked is breaking through. And your life will never be the same. You are crossing a threshold. You are entering a new era. You are stepping into a dimension of favor that will redefine everything you thought was possible. Amen. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words right now. There is somebody in your life who is about to give up, who is about to stop believing, who is about to walk away from everything God has promised them. Send them this message and let it remind them that God has not forgotten them. Type Amen in the comments if you receive this blessing over your life. Subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell so you never miss a message that God has prepared specifically for you. Leave a comment sharing what God spoke to your heart. Your testimony could be the encouragement someone else desperately needs. Remember, you are loved, you are chosen, and divine favor is resting on your life right now and forevermore.